Welcome to NPJR, where we explore the great outdoors one national park at a time. I'm Justin.
And I'm Robin. We encourage you to pause the podcast at any time and discuss some of our talking points or try answering our trail trivias. Today, we're heading to the heart of the Colorado Plateau, a region known for its dramatic landscapes shaped by erosion and geological processes, to explore the least visited national park in the state of Utah, Canyonlands National Park, where a lifetime of adventure awaits.
Canyonlands National Park, located in southeast Utah, is a breathtaking expanse of sculpted rock, deep canyons cut by rushing rivers, towering mesas, and endless skies. Spanning over 337,000 acres, the park is divided into 4 districts: Island in the Sky, the Needles, the Maze, and the rivers, the Green and Colorado, that divide them. These regions, while part of the same ecosystem, offer distinct landscapes and experiences. Today we will explore the geological history of the park, the Native American presence and European settlement, the park's diverse flora and fauna, its designation as a national park, the recreational opportunities that await adventurers, and end with a junior ranger activity. In 2024, Canyonlands saw over 818,000 visitors. The visitation record was set in 2021 with just over 911,000 visitors. Trail trivia. How many national parks are in the state of Utah? 5. Back-to-back trail trivia. What are the 5 national parks of Utah collectively called?
The Mighty Five. Canyonlands is the result of over 300 million years of geologic activity marked by sedimentation, uplift, and erosion. The park's iconic canyons, mesas, and buttes were primarily shaped by the forces of water and wind acting on sedimentary rock layers. The landscape records a sequence of ancient environments including oceans, rivers, and deserts.
The uplift of the Colorado Plateau, which began around 70 million years ago, elevated the region and enabled the rivers to carve deep into the layers of sandstone, shale, and limestone. The Green and Colorado rivers are especially instrumental, continuously cutting through the plateau and creating dramatic canyons that descend more than 2,000 feet. Features such as Upheaval Dome, a geological mystery that may be the result of a salt dome or a meteorite impact, add to the park's geological intrigue.
Canyonlands National Park was established on September 12, 1964. The park's creation was largely driven by the vision of Bates Wilson, who was the superintendent of Arches National Park when it was still a national monument. Bates recognized the need to protect the unique landscape from increasing development and resource extraction and became the first superintendent of Canyonlands.
Over the years, additional lands have been added to the park, and its management has increasingly focused on preserving its wilderness. The establishment of the park helped ensure that future generations could experience its natural beauty, cultural heritage, and scientific value.
Canyonlands offers a wide range of recreational opportunities for visitors of all skill levels. Hiking is one of the most popular activities, with trails ranging from short walks to challenging backcountry treks. In the Island in the Sky district, popular hikes include the Mesa Arch Trail, Grand View Point Trail, and Upheaval Dome. The Needles district offers more strenuous hikes such as the Chesler Park Loop and Druid Arch Trail, while the Maze is suitable only for experienced hikers and backpackers due to its remoteness and complex terrain.
Backcountry hiking and camping provide solitude and the chance to explore lesser-known areas. Permits are required for overnight trips, and visitors must be prepared for the challenges of navigation and limited water sources. There are also four-wheel drive roads that lead to remote campsites and viewpoints, offering another way to explore the rugged terrain.
Rivers play a central role in the park's recreation. Whitewater rafting on the Colorado and Green Rivers is a thrilling way to experience the canyons. Flatwater sections also allow for calmer canoeing and kayaking adventures. Fishing is permitted in some areas, though it is less common due to the sediment-rich waters.
Among the park's most iconic features are its natural arches, spires, and towering rock formations. Mesa Arch, perched on the edge of a cliff in Island in the Sky, is a favorite sunrise photography spot. The Needles District is named for its colorful sandstone spires, while the Maze is known for its labyrinth canyons.
The confluence of the Green and Colorado rivers is a geological and hydrological highlight best viewed from the Confluence Overlook Trail or via river trip. Other notable formations include Candlestick Tower, Washerwoman Arch, and the dramatic White Rim Road, a 100-mile loop popular with mountain bikers and off-road enthusiasts. Long before Canyonlands was designated as a national park, it was home to several indigenous cultures. The earliest known inhabitants were Paleo-Indians, followed by the archaic peoples who hunted and gathered in the region. Around 2,000 years ago, the ancestral Puebloans, also known as Anasazi, and the Fremont peoples began to cultivate the land, growing corn, beans, and squash, building cliff dwellings and granaries, and creating rock art that still decorates the park's canyon walls.
These groups were succeeded by the Ute and Navajo tribes, who have cultural ties to the land to this day. Petroglyphs and pictographs, such as those found in Horseshoe Canyon, reflect a deep spiritual connection and offer a glimpse into their rich traditions. The area was used for seasonal migration, hunting, and gathering.
By 1300, many ancestral Puebloans migrated south to present-day Arizona and New Mexico, a move recounted in oral histories and possibly driven by a severe drought from 1276 to 1299. These ancestral lands remain sacred to their descendants, and places like Cave Spring are still honored today.
The Fremont, in contrast, appear to have returned to a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Modern Ute and Paiute cultures trace part of their ancestry to these groups. The Navajo arrived from the north around 1300 and, like the Ute, adopted horses from the Spanish by the late 1500s. A cultural shift still visible in petroglyphs of mounted figures.
For early European explorers, the maze of canyons found here seemed impenetrable. Settlers looked to indigenous people whose navigation routes were economically important on a regional scale and even considered sacred. A major north-south trade route crossed the Colorado River near what is now Moab. This route was the basis for the Old Spanish Trail, which remains a well-traveled route to this day.
The first Europeans to explore the heart of Canyonlands were likely trappers, searching western rivers for beaver and otter in the early 19th century. Perhaps the most famous explorer of the region was John Wesley Powell, who led the 1869 expedition from Wyoming down the Green and Colorado rivers and through the Grand Canyon in Arizona. During the 3-month trip, Powell mapped the canyons and recorded information about the natural and cultural history of the area, which was published in 1895 as The Exploration of the Colorado and Its Canyons.
From the 1880s to the 1970s, ranchers used much of Canyonlands for winter grazing. Cowboys carved trails through the rugged landscape, like the Schaefer and Murphy trails, and left behind camps still visible today, such as Cave Spring.
Ranching thrived across all 3 park districts and continued for a decade after the park's creation. Today, Dugout Ranch near the Needles continues the tradition under the Nature Conservancy, using sustainable practices.
In the 1950s, the search for uranium during the Cold War spurred road building in the area. The Atomic Energy Commission funded nearly 1,000 miles of roads in southeast Utah, including what is now the scenic White Rim Road.
These roads, along with the rise of interstate highways, made Canyonlands more accessible, laying the groundwork for tourism and, eventually, national park status.
Flora and fauna. Despite the arid climate, Canyonlands supports a surprising variety of plant and animal life. Adapted to harsh conditions, the flora includes pinyon pine, juniper, cottonwoods found near water sources, prickly pear cactus, and desert wildflowers that bloom after rare rainfalls. A quick note from the NPS website about non-native, also known as invasive species. Non-native species are a problem throughout the American West, and Canyonlands is no exception. Several animal and plant infestations have significantly altered the area's ecology, disrupting food chains and nutrient cycles by outcompeting native organisms in their own habitat.
Non-native plants impacting Canyonlands include tamarisk, also called salt cedar, cheatgrass, which we covered in depth in our Black Canyon of the Gunnison episode, Russian knapweed, and Russian olive.
Many scientific studies have been conducted to understand the impact of these species and, in some cases, to eradicate them. Thus far, success has been limited, and the issue of non-native species is likely to receive continued attention in the coming years.
An interesting feature of this region of the U.S., and specifically within Canyonlands, is its biological soil crusts, composed of cyanobacteria, lichens, and mosses, which play a vital role in maintaining soil stability and fertility. There are 2 articles on the NPS website that discuss biological soils. You've probably heard people say to stay on the trail, but what does it really matter in the desert? It's just dirt, right? Wrong. It's alive. Just like you should stay on the boardwalks in Yellowstone to protect the sensitive geothermal features and the organisms that call those places home, you should also be careful where you step in Canyonlands, because the dirt is alive. This bumpy, lumpy, crusty black soil is called biological soil crust and is made up of living organisms. Discover what biological soil crusts are and why they're so important in dry environments. I will include the link to the webpage in the show notes.
We tend to discuss trees quite often, so let's talk about the different types of trees. Coniferous and deciduous trees are 2 major categories of trees that differ in their physical characteristics, growth patterns, and adaptations to their environments.
Coniferous trees, also known as evergreens, are primarily found in colder climates and higher elevations. They have needle-like leaves that remain on the tree year-round, allowing them to photosynthesize whenever conditions permit. Their cone-bearing seeds and thick, resinous bark provide protection against harsh winter and pests. Common examples of coniferous trees include pines, firs, spruces, and cedars. An example from Canyonlands would be the juniper.
Deciduous trees, on the other hand, are typically found in temperate regions and shed their leaves annually in response to seasonal changes. Their broad, flat leaves maximize photosynthesis during the growing season, but are not well suited for winter conditions, leading to their loss in the fall. This adaptation helps conserve energy and prevent water loss during colder months when water may be scarce. In spring, deciduous trees produce fresh leaves, supporting rapid growth. Examples include oaks, maples, birches, and aspens, which are common in temperate forests and mixed wood ecosystems like in Canyonlands.
While these 2 tree types differ in structure and seasonal behavior, they often coexist in transitional forests, creating diverse and resilient ecosystems. Deciduous trees contribute nutrient-rich leaf litter that enriches the soil, while conifers provide year-round shelter and habitat for wildlife. Their unique adaptations allow them to thrive in different environments, playing essential roles in global forests and maintaining ecological balance. There is another type of tree that has characteristics of both evergreens and deciduous trees. These trees are called deciduous conifers. Trail trivia. How many deciduous conifer trees are there?
There are 20. These trees have needles and cones like conifers, but they lose their needles and change color in the fall like deciduous trees. This adaptation allows them to conserve energy and survive in cold or dry climates where retaining needles year-round would be inefficient. In autumn, their needles often turn brilliant shades of yellow, orange, or gold before dropping, adding seasonal beauty to the forests.
Some well-known deciduous conifers include larches, dawn redwoods, bald cypresses, and golden larches. These trees are commonly found in regions with harsh winters, such as the boreal forests of North America, Europe, and Asia, as well as in wetlands and floodplains. Their ability to grow in diverse ecosystems makes them ecologically significant, providing habitat for wildlife, stabilizing soil, and contributing to carbon storage. Deciduous conifers are a fascinating example of evolutionary adaptation, blending the advantages of both types of trees to thrive in challenging conditions. While deciduous conifers don't apply to canyonlands, we will discuss these in further detail in future episodes.
Trail trivia: are needles leaves? Yes, needles are leaves, though they have some unique characteristics. Needles perform the same function as broadleaves, which is to capture sunlight, absorb carbon dioxide, and release oxygen.
Needles can last for 3 or 4 years, unlike broadleaves that drop each fall. Needles have a waxy coating that helps them retain water, and the coniferous trees are less likely to fall over in storms because they have lower wind resistance. Needles can survive in harsh climates and soil conditions, and they are difficult for insects to eat. Conifer needles are replaced slowly and continuously.
Visitors to the Island in the Sky district of Canyonlands might be surprised to learn that this high desert plateau was once a dense forest. Around 10,000 years ago, as the Earth emerged from the last ice age, the region's cooler, wetter climate supported trees like ponderosa pine, white fir, aspen, and Douglas fir, similar to today's nearby La Salle Mountains. As the climate warmed and dried, these forests gave way to the drought-adapted ecosystems we see today: pinyon juniper woodlands, grasslands, and sagebrush.
Yet, a small grove of Douglas firs remains tucked in a shaded, north-facing alcove visible from Schaefer Canyon Overlook. This rare refuge, carved from Navajo sandstone, traps moisture and creates a cool microclimate, a remnant of the past. Known as a relict population, these firs are isolated by over 25 miles from their nearest relatives. Over time, such isolation can lead to unique subspecies, but also leaves them vulnerable to extinction.
With the Colorado Plateau facing increasing heat and drought linked to climate change, these firs may not survive much longer. For now, they stand as a quiet testament to a very different Canyonlands, a forested landscape from another era. Canyonlands has an impressive collection of plants. Altogether, there are about 750 plant species in the park.
The fauna of Canyonlands is equally impressive. Mammals such as mule deer, desert cottontails, coyotes, and bobcats are commonly found, while mountain lions and bighorn sheep roam the more remote areas. Reptiles like collared lizards and snakes thrive in the rocky terrain. Canyonlands has one documented venomous snake species, the midget-faded rattlesnake. While there are 9 total snake species in the park, only this subspecies of western rattlesnake is venomous. The park is also a haven for bird life, with 273 species observed in the park. Ravens, the brilliant black birds of legend. The NPS website says, ravens are intelligent birds that, according to scientists, display abilities to play and problem solve, which is rare among animals. This jet black member of the crow family is also very vocal, using a variety of sounds for communication. Perhaps because of these qualities, ravens have achieved a certain stature in both European and Native American folklore.
The raven, particularly the common raven, is the largest member of the crow family. It's a large black bird with a powerful build, a strong bill, and long wings. The thick-billed raven is also considered a very large corvid, particularly in the African region. Ravens are celebrated for their striking intelligence and cultural significance.
With glossy black feathers and a wingspan of up to 4 feet, ravens outsize their crow cousins, including the American crow and rook. Adult ravens can measure over 2 feet in length and weigh up to 4.5 pounds, making them one of the heaviest songbirds. Trail trivia. How many distinct sounds can a raven make?
Ravens have a rich repertoire of vocalizations, with some studies identifying up to 79 distinct call types. What sets ravens apart is their remarkable cognitive ability. Scientists have documented their capacity for problem solving, planning, and even using tools, skills once thought unique to primates. In lab studies, ravens have solved complex puzzles, remembered individual human faces, and demonstrated the ability to plan for future events. In the wild, they have been observed using sticks to extract insects and dropping nuts onto roads for cars to crack open.
Highly vocal and social, ravens use a wide range of sounds to communicate, including clicks, knocks, and even mimicry of other animals and human speech. Their playful behavior is also well documented. Ravens have been seen sliding down snowy rooftops, playing catch with one another mid-air, and engaging in games with wolves or dogs.
Ravens hold a significant place in human folklore and mythology. From Norse legend, where Odin's ravens, Hugin and Munin, represented thought and memory, to Native American stories that portray them as tricksters or creators, these birds have long inspired awe and mystery.
Ravens are not only physically impressive, but also among the most intelligent and culturally celebrated birds in the world, proving that brains and beauty can come wrapped in jet black feathers. Another interesting bird of the park is the canyon wren.
Canyon wrens, the melodic voices of Canyonlands. Tucked among the sandstone cliffs and winding canyons of Canyonlands lives one of the desert's most enchanting residents, the canyon wren. Though small in size, averaging about 4.5 to 6 inches in length and weighing less than an ounce, this bird leaves a big impression with its cascading, flute-like song that echoes beautifully off canyon walls.
Easily recognized by their chestnut-colored bodies, white throats, and slightly curved bills, canyon wrens are perfectly adapted to the rugged terrain of the Southwest. They prefer steep rock faces and crevices, using their agility and powerful legs to navigate cracks and ledges in search of insects and spiders, which make up the bulk of their diet.
One of the most distinctive features of canyon wrens is their haunting, melodious call. Their song, a series of descending whistles, is often the only sign of their presence, as their plumage blends seamlessly into the desert rock. This call is so iconic that many visitors to Canyonlands recall it as a defining sound of the park's natural soundtrack.
Interestingly, despite their shy nature and elusive appearance, canyon wrens do not migrate. They remain year-round in their rocky homes, enduring both summer heat and winter chill. They also tend to be monogamous and territorial, with mated pairs defending their homesteads across seasons.
Canyon wrens may be small, but their song and spirit are deeply woven into the atmosphere of Canyonlands. These little cliff dwellers are a living soundtrack to the silence and splendor of the desert Southwest. Here is an example of the beautiful song the canyon wren sings.
Amphibians in Canyonlands. Small creatures, big indicators. Though often overlooked, amphibians thrive in Canyonlands National Park. including various frogs, toads, and one species of salamander. Their haunting nighttime choruses, especially after summer rains, can fill canyons with sound, creating unforgettable experiences for visitors.
Amphibians live dual lives, an aquatic larval stage like tadpoles and a terrestrial adult stage. In Canyonlands, they breed in potholes, springs, and intermittent streams. Swift currents and predators in larger rivers like the Colorado reduce survival rates. Adults can often remain near water, sheltering in burrows during dry spells.
Species like the Great Basin spadefoot toad can undergo metamorphosis in just 14 days, one of the fastest among amphibians. Males vocalize to attract females, who lay gelatin-covered eggs that hatch quickly depending on species and conditions.
Amphibians are extremely sensitive to environmental changes due to their permeable skin and complex life cycle, making them valuable indicator species for ecosystem health. Nationwide, mutations and population declines have raised concern, though such issues haven't yet been observed in Canyonlands.
The National Park Service actively protects key amphibian habitats, including perennial streams in Horseshoe Canyon and Salt Creek Canyon, where vehicle access was restricted in the 1970s and 1998 to preserve these fragile ecosystems.
Fish of the Colorado River, native survivors in a changing current. The Colorado River drops over 2 miles in elevation during its 1,700-mile journey from the Colorado and Wyoming Rockies to the Gulf of California. It is one of the world's most dramatic river systems. As it carves through the red rock canyons of the Colorado Plateau, it carries heavy sediment and experiences extreme seasonal flow.
Historically, only 14 native fish species lived in the upper basin. Today, over 40 non-native species have been introduced. In Canyonlands, native fish include chub, minnows, and suckers, many found nowhere else. These include endangered species like the Colorado pike minnow, razorback, and flannelmouth sucker, and humpback and bony-tailed chub.
Each species has its niche. Razorback suckers and humpback chub thrive in fast-moving water. Bony-tailed chub prefer quiet eddies, and pike minnows migrate widely to feed and spawn. Once dominant, the Colorado pike minnow, nicknamed Colorado salmon, grew up to 6 feet long and swam over 200 miles to spawn.
Today, non-native fish like carp and channel catfish dominate. A study at the confluence of Canyonlands found 95% of fish were non-native. These species, especially catfish, prey on native fish young and have contributed to the sharp decline of native populations.
In recent decades, the pike minnow, razorback sucker, and both chub species have been listed as endangered, symbolizing the fragile state of native aquatic life in the changing Colorado River system.
Mammals. Nearly 50 mammal species live in Canyonlands, though many are elusive or only active at night. Common sightings include desert cottontails, mule deer, and kangaroo rats, while signs like tracks and scat are often the best clues to an animal's presence.
Canyonlands' harsh, arid climate favors small mammals. Their size allows them to find shelter easily and survive on minimal resources. Rodents are abundant. 9 species of mice and rats alone inhabit the park. Beavers live along the Colorado and Green Rivers, building burrows instead of dams due to fast currents.
The kangaroo rat is a desert specialist, surviving solely on plant matter and producing water through digestion. To avoid the daytime heat, it retreats to burrows, sometimes sealing the entrance for insulation.
Larger mammals like mule deer and mountain lions roam more widely in search for food and water. Mountain lions, though rarely seen, rely heavily on mule deer, which make up most of their diet. Desert bighorn sheep, once near extinction, now thrive in the park, effortlessly navigating steep canyon terrain. A rare but notable fall visitor is the black bear, which follows stream corridors like Salt Creek Canyon when fruit is ripe. They return to nearby mountains before winter sets in.
Accessing the park. Canyonlands is the largest of the Mighty Five, the nickname given to the Utah National Parks: Arches, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion. If you are visiting these parks in one trip, like Robin did, Canyonlands is likely either your first or your last of the Mighty Five, depending on which direction you're coming from. Canyonlands is accessible by car from Moab, Utah, located about 30 miles from the Island in the Sky entrance. The Needles District is about 75 miles from Moab, while the maze requires a high-clearance, four-wheel drive vehicle, and detailed planning. There is no direct road connecting the districts, emphasizing the park's vastness and rugged nature. The closest airport is Canyonlands Field Airport, offering flights to and from Salt Lake City and Denver. Shuttle services and car rentals are available in Moab. While some visitors stay in developed campgrounds, others opt for backcountry camping or lodging in Moab.
When I was there in 2021, I visited with my friend Kim. We started in the Needles District, located in the southern part of the park, where several trails offer incredible experiences. We hiked the Slick Rock Trail, which is a 2.4-mile round-trip hike that features expansive 360-degree views of the surrounding desert landscape. For a shorter walk, the Roadside Ruin Trail is a third of a mile loop that leads to a typical ancestral Puebloan-era structure, offering a glimpse into the region's ancient human history. Another highlight I enjoyed was Pothole Point, where a short trail winds through diverse pothole ecosystems and offers impressive views of the distinctive Needles rock formations. The Cave Spring Trail is a half-mile loop that took us past the historic cowboy camp and features prehistoric rock paintings. This trail includes 2 small ladders to climb, adding a bit of adventure to an already fascinating route. For camping nearby, Needles Outpost is located just 1.5 miles outside the Needles District Visitor Center. The campground is run by a kind and welcoming owner, and the campsites are well maintained, making it a comfortable and convenient base for exploring the area. In the Island in the Sky district, located just north of Moab, there are several more can't-miss destinations. The Mesa Arch Trail is a short, easy half-mile loop that takes about 30 minutes to complete. The arch offers a spectacular framed view of the canyons beyond, especially beautiful at sunrise. The Grand Viewpoint Trail is a relatively easy 2-mile round-trip hike with panoramic views stretching across the canyon country. For a more rugged adventure, the Potash Road OHV Trail offers an exhilarating 16-mile drive from the park back into Moab. The road is full of incredible vistas, but it does require a 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle due to its rough terrain. Along the way into the park, Dead Horse Point State Park is another worthwhile stop. Though it costs $20 per car to enter, the Dead Horse Point overlook delivers unforgettable views. It's the perfect place to pause, stretch your legs, and take in the dramatic scenery before heading deeper into Canyonlands.
Now, a junior ranger activity. There are a few fun ways to become a junior ranger of Canyonlands. Free activity books are available at any park visitor center or can be downloaded on the NPS website. Packed with engaging activities, these booklets help us discover the wonders of Canyonlands. Complete the required pages, and you'll earn an official Junior Ranger badge and a signed certificate. Now, let's complete a Junior Ranger activity together. No screens needed. Just look up.
Each night, the stars tell thousands of stories, no screens required. You can discover ancient tales written in the sky or imagine your own. Find a safe, open spot for stargazing And don't forget the essentials: water, snacks, a flashlight, and warm layers.
What Westerners know as Scorpius, Hawaiians see as Maui's fishhook. In Chinese astronomy, it's part of the azure dragon. Come winter, Scorpius vanishes from view. In its place, look for Orion, forever chasing the scorpion across the night sky. Regarding a dark night sky, Robin and I are fortunate to live in the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo mountain range in southern Colorado, free from light pollution. Our nearest town is a 40-minute drive. With no light pollution to dim the view, the stars shine brilliantly overhead. It's a nightly reminder of the vastness and beauty of the universe, and it mirrors the awe-inspiring skies above Canyonlands, a designated international dark sky park.
Whether you live in a place as dark as ours or in a city where only the brightest stars break through, take time to reconnect with the night sky. On your next chance to truly see the stars, whether on a camping trip, vacation, a clear evening away from the glow, or just a night at home, lay down a blanket, look up, and give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to take in the wonder. You don't need to know constellations or stories. Just be still and let the mystery of the universe wash over you.
In conclusion, Canyonlands National Park is a testament to the enduring power of natural forces and the rich tapestry of human history. From ancient indigenous cultures to modern-day explorers, the park continues to inspire awe and reverence. Its geological formations, diverse ecosystems and wildlife, and endless opportunities for adventure make it a jewel of the American Southwest. As we continue to protect and explore Canyonlands, we honor both its timeless beauty and the stories etched into the sandstone walls.
If you haven't visited Canyonlands yet, we hope this inspired you to add it to your bucket list. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, share, and follow us for more outdoor adventures. And to all you junior rangers out there, good luck on earning your badge. And hey, if you've earned a junior ranger badge recently, send us a picture. We'd love to see it.
And if you want, feel free to share your latest story from your time in a national park unit. Who knows? Maybe we will mention it in one of our upcoming episodes. Be sure to include in the email that you grant us permission to share your story. I will include our email address, npjrpodcast@gmail.com, in our show notes. And feel free to follow us on our adventures on Instagram @npjrpodcast. Until next time, happy trails. And remember, the earth is ours to explore and protect. So let's get out there and do it.
Explore.
Learn.
And protect.